Another trip to suck.
Nine dick. Gagging on this guy. Oh God, why?
God damn it, you just made a hell like where's the going to?
I'm not. I'm gonna keep that in.
No, we're not gonna keep that in.
God.
That or use as like the end clip. I don't know.
I'll just save it as a bonus clip and then the video's over.
Oh, we sound like a bunch of fucking potheads.
You are a fucking pothead.
No, I'm not. Can't prove it. It's vape, bro. Okay. Alright,
Sure.
outside the fucking bullshit. Hello. Fuck. Why the...
Real smooth.
I know, right?
Breathe in, breathe out, and use words.
Yeah, use the words. Grammar is good. Okay. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Joe the Hellhound. Today I'm here with my unit from mechwarrior Online, joined by Bradley, also known as the droid you're looking for. We have John here, who is known as Nazara 666. And we are the 10th Hades Legion mercenary unit. And we're just going to sum it up. We're talking about we're discussing the event a little, and we're talking about how we personally went through faction warfare, whatever the fuck it's called now. We normally just play quick play, but now we got a chance to actually play faction warfare. Do you guys think you're going to do it a bit more?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, possibly, because if I can get a better mech loadout and one I'm more confident in for a drop deck, I'll probably do it more.
Yeah, because it's like, I think I might go back and do it more just because of the fact they have skirmish, they have conquest and all those other quick play modes on top of siege. And it's like,
yeah, it's just not siege anymore.
yeah, it's not just siege, which, holy fuck, that was annoying to begin with. But it's now the chance that, oh, I know what I'm doing, and I actually have a chance to get my unit practiced in, say, quick play. Because that's what those modes revolve around. And I would have to say the drop deck for some of those game modes made a major fucking difference in how I like them. Conquest being one of them. What about you guys? What do you think?
Well, to be honest, I'm looking at the results screen, and the clans kind of got us.
Oh, we got diddled.
Yeah, 83% is how much they took it over us.
But the funny thing is,
that's because
they also showed the other stats, and I was looking at it, it's like IS killed a lot of clan mechs.
The thing was, I think a lot of the clanners were playing up. Notice they're playing to the objective more than.
You alright?
Or we'd hammer the hell out of the front ranks of them.
Yeah.
That is true, but vice versa could be said about the IS against clan, because we've won multiple matches against them where we played the objective while they were trying to strong-arm the victory. Conquest being one of the major ones, and I think Assault was another one of those major ones where we managed to get a high victory count on. I'm saying this as a unit because we were able to dance around them.
Because I think the issue was at those times was that the mechs are usually were built for quick play. Go in there, rip their damn guts out, and that's curb stomp them.
Priority target.
But they weren't built for long engagements like faction warfare.
That is true. But I mean, I was relatively surprised how well we transitioned, though.
Yeah.
Just took a couple games just to adapt. I mean, your LRMs, their small LRM loads only last for so long.
I mean, even then with the clans, they were so spec'd out for range. And I think what really helped shake it up was that the fact a lot of the major quick play groups went over to faction play, and we brought that same level of aggression with us. Because in faction play, you have to be very tactful, but when it comes to those quick play game modes, it requires that level of aggression and quick thinking that's required. There's also a lot of quick thinking also in faction play, and having good drop callers in both help. But I think mainly having those quick play units come in
Valorem's
help
Focus
make
Alpha.
an entire difference when it boiled down to it.
And I think in having them all come over added a lot of experienced players to the fighting.
That is true.
Yeah, guys used to communicating, working as a team. It's helped when the faction warfare when people needed shot callers.
Yeah, I mean, we've all shot called. Brad shot called, I've shot called, John, you've shot called on occasion. It is...
Actually, I had to do that a couple matches.
It is fucking exhausting. Especially when you're trying to get pugs to work around, and then you're also trying to encourage those people who are, like, missing a spine. Because they just literally broke emotionally. I had one...
The receiving end of, like, a lost streak.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand, like, losing and you're losing morale, but I come with a mentality, and I try to help you guys with it, is that if we're gonna go down, I want bodies at our feet.
Keep up the good work, guys.
Yeah.
That's what I want. Because it's like, I encourage, we do this over quick play. Fucking turn off your override if you're the last one. Go out shiny and chrome. You are awaited in Valhalla.
And one more thing you could do was override your core and then make it go nuclear on you.
I wish I could do that. That would be
Careful,
so
we have
bad.
a Hellbringer doing a
That
suicide
would suck
charge
so
to
bad.
back on Motel
Because
8.
I would just, if I was the last person alive, and if I had a
We have
chance
few
to
others moving around
fucking
Gamma 8
crit
to Gamma
my-
9.
critical my core, I would fucking do it in a heartbeat. But then again, that also runs into the issue of trolls.
Yeah, that's one of the bigger problems. Probably why it doesn't exist.
Yeah, because I could just imagine you're sitting there in a play match and then somebody just blows up next to you. And you now have like severe damage or at least minor damage to your battle mech.
I wonder how many people be screaming at the light mechs to do that.
Keep your focus on that.
Oh,
canyon
probably a
network.
lot.
I'm just not imagining jihadis as spiders.
Jihad spiders.
I was hoping I was gonna make the first person.
There's been some discussion against some of the mechwarrior pilots in general that they should lock faction warfare out to that of lock out the tier 5, tier 4 players and only have it accessible to the tier 3 and up. Which I don't think that's a good idea, because a lot of players we know that are good are tier 5 and 4. And we ourselves are tier 5 and 4.
We have aggressors in the base.
Yeah.
And we fight like a tier 2 and 1. Or we think we fight like a tier 2 and 1 and we fight like tier 2 potato. But what do you guys think of that, though?
Well, instead of locking people out, wouldn't you just have it like sectionalized?
Seems like 2 lights.
Yeah, but then that comes to the issue
Keep
of
focus
like
on the main firing
game
line.
times and shit like that, how many people are playing.
That's true. That's true.
Because faction
But I
warfare
guess it's a balance between.
doesn't have a massive
Yeah.
player pool.
It's have to be a balance between like finding a match and having a good one. How long are you willing to wait to have a good match?
I don't know.
Most people start getting pissed at like 3 or 4 minutes, and most aren't very patient.
All that, and remember waiting half hour for faction warfare matches back in the day?
Yeah, which I think is why makes the decision difficult of why they need pug players in faction warfare or faction play, whatever, because of the half-hour long waiting lights. It's either either you can wait half an hour to get a match because all the players are engaged already, or you can let the pug players and you can get a match every 10-15 minutes. Cut down the time in half, if not a third.
But even then, I could sit down and fully save.
Or even less.
But even then, I could fully save. Faction play is definitely not meant for somebody who's just fresh out of the box.
Oh, no.
It is
Fuck
not.
no, it is not.
I made that mistake initially, and I probably made so many people pissed.
Oh yeah. But I sit down and I think of this issue. It's like obviously green players should not be in faction play in general until at least they're warmed up a bit, or maybe have a couple mechs and they know what they're doing. But then it boils down to the issue of how do you gauge how these people gain access. In my opinion, I would say like until they probably have enough to get a drop deck. That
at least level 1.
That doesn't include the trial mechs.
At least one where they can self-finance at least 2 or 3 of their own mechs.
Because my personal opinion, I would like to see the trial mechs taken out of the faction play. Just because, one, some of them are fucking horrible for faction play. Some of them are good. But at the same time, it brings in those pugs, those people who have maybe one battle mech and the rest are trial mechs. And that's not good.
I have an idea. You can have like the trial mechs that are for pug play, but then have like tailor-made drop decks for certain styles for faction warfare if they need it.
That would be an interesting concept.
Maybe have
some
one
pre-made drop decks that are built around faction warfare.
Alright, like here's a mixed lance, or here's a light lance of mechs you can use.
Here's your defender lance, here's your offensive lance, here's your mixed tactics lance, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, and help players decide what kind of build they want to go for.
Yeah.
And how to build it.
And that would be interesting, at least like have the builds tailored to faction warfare. Like baby's first drop deck. that would be that's probably what I would call it.
And make sure it hammers down the necessity for heat sinks.
Oh, please, like, you have no idea how many times I've seen someone overheat and die. On both sides, I've seen so many Novas cook themselves during the faction event. It's like, oh hey,
that's why they call them the Nova.
They're Nova going supernova. Well, I can't really say that anymore, but because there is a supernova.
Keep up the good work.
But overall, it's definitely something because those trial mechs, they're too hit and miss. And I think having at least, I'm gonna say this, maybe having 3 mechs, maybe 3 to 4, at least enough to field maybe an entire drop deck before you can get in, because then it shows you have the dedication in it, that you want to play, that you're investing into it, investing the time to get your own battle mechs.
And by the time you've played enough that you can finance 4 of them, you should at least know the basics of the game.
Oh yeah. Don't get me wrong, fucking Mr. Cage can go ahead and buy like an entire thing of mechs and still be a complete jagoff and suck. But that's kind of a given at that point.
Yeah.
Well, then again, it's on him if he's getting his ass.
You know, there was an argument recently that people say they should drop against 10 clan mechs instead of a full. They want to drop against a binary, not a full like 12-man.
I would say that'd be unfair.
Well, from the binary is 10 clan mechs. It's 2 groups of 5-mans, which, okay, for instance, you guys, okay, binary is 2 stars, a star is 5 mechs. That's how the clander things work. And there's
okay, that's what that binary.
A lance is 4 mechs. That's inner sphere.
Yeah, let's say intersphere stuff. I get, I don't understand that in a heartbeat.
It's like they want to drop against 10 clanners as in comparison to 12 to help with the realism.
To Hotel 8.
Or the immersion aspect of it.
Well, well, if they want to do that, they should be able to create like some realism mode or something for this, for it then.
Well, then that's also that would also be stripping the quirks and shit like that too.
On the other hand, though, that put a severe disadvantage to the clanners too, though, because the fact that they'll be fighting 10v12.
Well, depending on the unit and the team, I would have to say that it wouldn't make much of a difference, because I've seen clanners completely kick the shit out of people with just like 2 disconnects or fucking 2 people who died instantly. The clan mechs are powerful, but it's like they play, like a lot of clan players play to their advantage, and they do the and they play the range game, which I've told you guys plenty of times.
They'll whittle down the stronger guys, or at least rip off an arm or two on the way to trying to get into brawling range.
Yeah.
Which you guys have seen it. It's like the reason why the Bushwhacker and the fucking Griffin do so damn well is because of the fact we're able to get in their face. Those lasers don't have a quick enough cooldown in order to fucking just like constantly fire. As say in comparison to packing an LBX-10, SRMs, or machine guns. It's like, from what I understand when it came to the Intersphere going against clanners, we were packing ballistics and missiles over lasers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Target destroyed. New target acquired.
Lasers are alright for damage, but the heat management's complete crap.
It's good for bursting, not sustained DPS.
Yeah. Good job, guys. Don't get me wrong, if you get on the wrong end of a fucking laser barrage, you're fucked.
Yeah, at the same time, though, I think I would rather deal with the limited ammo of a ballistics over having to wonder whether I'm either going to cook myself or go into emergency shutdown over it.
I can see that, and it's going to be interesting with the next major update, which is the FedCom Civil War update, bringing in the new technology, the new battle mechs. I mean, we're getting, for the Intersphere, we're getting a completely new assault, which is solely relying on ballistics.
I'll take that.
I was about to say, I'm going to look into that one. That sounds absolutely fun. Wait, is that the
Annihilator, the pregnant Geth. Like, the mechs I want to be after is the Zeal and the Mad Cat Mark II. That's what I'm going to be after. But even then, seeing how faction play will change, it's going to be an interesting aspect.
I just want to get my hands on the new weapons tech.
Oh, same. That's one of the reasons why I participated in the faction play. I wanted that money. I'm gonna buy me some rotary cannons.
I need to pick myself up some UX for my mechs.
You know, it's gonna be really interesting with the new technology. But with that, we discussed faction play and how it can improve, and overall what was happening. I stick with it though. I don't want to see trial mechs in faction play anymore. Not because of the thing, but at the same time, it's with the green players that don't know what entirely they're doing. It's better to use them to get warmed up in quick play, and then once you have a few mechs of your own, you have an idea what you're doing, then it's come into faction play.
New target acquired.
This for faction play, I think the main thing is, do you want to be able to get into a lot of games, or do you want more experienced players? Because it's really either or.
Yeah.
Because in order to get more experienced players, that means they're going to have to drop a lot of the pugs. But doing that, it will extend the wait times between games.
Creating an unbalance. It's a very tricky subject to get into.
Because having it open to everyone apparently is making a lot of people mad, but at the same time, a lot of people are going to be mad anyways for having to wait for a while. It's like, oh, why are you making me wait for so long? Well, that's because you wanted all the pugs removed.
That, and like, say, for the idea of locking it down to Tier 3, that wait time is going to be astronomical. Because even then, a lot of Tier 1, 2, and 3 players do not fucking play faction play.
No, they stick to quick play all the time. And then, so you're going to have to add to the fact that a lot of the experienced players only play quick play, too. You still have those guys who very rarely hop onto faction warfare, so your wait times are going to be... Well, you thought half an hour was bad.
Yeah. But no. I would say it's like, I think keeping them so that way they have a certain drop deck thing can come in and try it, because then it's saying, oh hey, I've put the time in, I've gotten the mechs. It's not hard to get mechs right off the bat. I mean,
no, if
you're playing it right in penning,
spice some
even with the fucking cadet bonuses, you can get like 2 or 3 mechs. But it really just boils down to what we want wait times and shit like that, because faction play is not played a lot.
Yeah.
It's like, believe it or not, quick play is the biggest thing on goddamn MechWarrior Online. And then faction play was something they added. It's not performing well. It's still fun to do. I'm gonna play more of it once it comes back online. Probably bring you guys in, because we all had a blast doing it. But I think that also brings up the factor, though, that we were dropping as a unit as in comparison to like pugging, which I have pugged. I think we've all pugged 1 or 2 times. And
quite a few. I've done it quite a few times.
And even then, we had really good games, played with some really awesome people and units, and just completely fucking dominated. That, or we made the ground so fucking bloody, they question if the victory was fucking worth it.
Probably not. Considering all the dead, considering like half their damn Kodiaks are now just piles of scrap.
Kodiaks are expensive to replace. But I think that can relatively be it. Any other things you guys want to talk about before I end this?
Actually, kind of. I mean, I want to talk about the new things coming with Civil War.
We can hold that off for next episode.
Next episode, we'll talk about the Civil War.
Yeah, we'll
update.
talk more about the Civil War update.
Alright.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, sounds good.
So, until next time, guys, we'll see you later. Bye, I think.
See ya.